Good morning, everybody. This is Jesse. Yeah, it's early. I just got to the shop. Ain't nobody else here yet. We're gonna try this with no microphone today. We'll see how it does. Yeah, I was talking to my wife not terribly long ago, and it was on a day that I had come up to paint her blazer. She ran into a guardrail back in the winter. There was some ice, and she slid on the ice, ran into the guardrail, messed up the front end of her blazer. But so I brought it in there, and it's actually got full coverage on it, and I did all the work, which is pretty fancy. But anyway, the I was doing the paint on it, and we picked this. I picked this really pretty. It's a really dark green color, and it looks black when it's cloudy outside, and when you get it in the right sunlight, it turns it's very, very subtle green. It's nice. Anyway, yeah, I had come up here one day, and I had been thinking about this concept for a while, and I'd like to call it. Some days I'm Bob Ross, and I told her that, and she laughed at me. And I went on to explain that there's some days that are right for painting, and what I mean by that is it's not the painting. It's, you have to wait for the right time on everything. The timing was right the last day that I came up and finished the paint on it. I did the top 3 coats, and I didn't put a single run in it. It was perfect. Just shot it great. The temperature was right. Had the right airflow. Wasn't too windy outside, blowing dust everywhere. It was great. But I had to wait on that time, and you'll find that in life. There's a time for everything, and if you're not doing things in the right time, at the right time, then it's kind of like jamming a square peg in a round hole. It's less than fun. and this goes for everything. I used to drive around the country and build cranes, and there was plenty of times when I showed up and it was the wrong time, and we had a rough time, and and then other days, and it just everything fell together like pouring water out of a 5-gallon bucket. Like, imagine that. Just picture that in your head. Just pouring a 5-gallon bucket of water out. This is just like flowing like it can't flow any better than this. And that's what you want. That's the goal for every day. Is you want your life to flow that good. and and I get that some days, but it's not all the time. So remember, I'm only speaking to you from the bottom shelf. Well, yeah, but I do think that I understand this concept much better than anybody else, and it's funny because when you mix bosses and customers and clients, and it doesn't. You can't pick when you get to do things, and you wind up, and a lot of times, uh, being forced to do things at the wrong time, and sometimes that's catastrophic. That's why we have insurance. And everybody knows what I mean. It doesn't turn out good. But what if we lived in a world where that wasn't the case, and when the people actually doing the job could show up and say, you know what, we're gonna do this tomorrow, and then everybody went to the hotel and had a beer, and nobody died that day. That'd be pretty freaking awesome. But yeah, you know what? There's a fantastic story, y'all. Go look up Big Blue. It was a crane in Texas, and I think it was in Texas. It was somewhere down south. Anyway, the guy it was a big tower crane, and the operator said, "It's too windy outside. We're not doing this today." And the contractor said, "Screw you." And they went and got somebody that would do it. And they knocked the crane over. It's like, wow, y'all need to maybe step back and look at a few different things. We have some different problems, I think. Yeah. So, think about that next time you're having a hard time. And maybe you won't have a hard time if you give it a break. I do it all the time. Now, I'm learning. It's been a slow process for me. And it will be for you too. But I'm learning to not force things. When stuff is not flowing properly, when the paint's running, no, leave it alone. We're coming back later, next weekend, tomorrow. We're gonna do it later. We're gonna go take a nap right now. Alright, I think that's good. Y'all have a blessed day. Be careful. We'll see you next time.